to my channel. Today I'm here before you to try out a traditional recipe. It's a special type of a dish that we have only once a year, and it is something that's so delicious and yummy, but we cannot have it more than once a year because it is so delicious and so much full of oil and energy. We are talking about a duck curry, and today I'm trying to show before you how to make a traditional Assamese duck curry. Now, we need to be very careful that when we are talking about the duck curry, it is a special type of a duck which is known as patiha in Assamese, and it is normally had during the harvesting season. In Assam, it's during October to December, and that time of the year the ducks eat up a lot of the husk and the rice grains, and they are really fat and oily, and they are delicious and ready to be eaten. And therefore we have it during that time of the year, and it is something which is like, you know, we all have it with the family, we all have it with friends and people around. So let me today show to you how we go about preparing this particular type of duck curry, which is also known as keresia ha. That means it's a type of a duck which has eaten so much of rice grains that it has a lot of oil in the body, and therefore it walks with a waddle. It has a waddling gait with all the weight on one side of the body. That is the indication that it is ready to be eaten and to be prepared into a wonderfully, delicately delicious dish. So let's get about moving. This is what we have, the duck here. As you can see, we have to be very careful to keep the fat portion, the white portion is the fat portion of the duck intact. That is what will make the duck very, very delicious. And one more thing, because of so much of fat in itself, we do not need much oil to prepare it. It cooks in its own oil. Therefore, it becomes so tasty. Before I introduce you to the ingredients, let me now first marinate it. So what we'll do is that we are going to give around a very simple ingredients, like here around 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder. Now salt according to your taste. So just throw it around. You can always put in the salt later also. Then a pinch of the garam masala. Just a pinch, and of course I'm putting just a small teaspoon of meat masala. I'm avoiding any other masalas because we are going to use ground masala, and just might be 1 and 2 tablespoons of mustard oil. Now this will have to be marinated properly and will sit in marination for almost 1.5 or 2 hours. So all the masalas actually go into the duck, and then it will be ready to be actually made into that wonderful curry that I'm talking about. Try to marinate it properly and then cover it up and let it be in the refrigerator. Let me now introduce you to the other ingredients. In fact, the masalas that will go in. These 3 masalas, in fact, these are the pepper. This is around 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of this is coriander seeds, and 1 tablespoon of heaped tablespoon of jeera or cumin seeds. These 3 will go into a paste in the mixie. Apart from that, we will also make a paste of ginger and garlic. So this is around 1 inch of ginger and around 20 pods of garlic, which will make a paste. We'll make a paste of it, and of course we'll also need 1 red chili and 2 bay leaves, which we'll use when we actually go into frying the duck there. Around 4 big these are onions there, which will be chopped into small pieces, 4 big or medium sized potatoes, and a slice of what we call kumura, and in English it's known as white gourd. This is how it will look after we cut it. So this is the size that we'll need when we use it. So this is just a small piece of it, and it's a very important ingredient to actually dissolve the duck and make it cook very fast. So these are the ingredients that will go into making our special curry today. So let's get started. Just to make it easier to grind, we are putting all the solid masalas together, 3 of them, and then we are using some water. We'll soak it for around 20 minutes, so it will become much easier to grind it in the mixie. So after almost 1.5 hours of marinating, this is how my duck looks now, and it's ready to be actually cooked. and just around after 20 minutes I had given it a nice mix in the mixie. This is how the masala looks of the cumin and coriander and the pepper. I have got all my things done and ready. Now all I need to do is that put up a karai. I've already heated a karai. Here I have my tomatoes chopped, my white melon, everything chopped down. Even my potatoes are chopped, my onions, everything is ready. All I now need to do is that go and start cooking this delicious meal. So I'm there with my favorite cast iron karai, and I'm putting down almost a cup of, in fact just little lesser than a cup of mustard oil, and this is best cooked in mustard oil. So I'll just wait for the mustard oil to smoke up, and I'll one by one put in the ingredients and show you how we go about. So we need to slit the red chili as you know it, and of course the bay leaf goes in. Now we're not worried about the color, we want it dark colored here, so I'm not putting in anything else to really enhance the color. So I'm putting in next the onion. The oil needs to be heated up completely. This is very, very important that you really heat up the oil very well so that it doesn't smell raw. And it's something that we need to really care about when you're talking about mustard oil, because it really has a very raw smell. And now here itself I'm going to put in a pinch of garam masala. This is homemade, so I'm just using very, very less. If you're using store-bought one, at least 1 small teaspoon of the garam masala. I'm not using whole spices. Normally in Assamese cuisine we do not use whole spices, which is more evident in the the cuisines of the North Indian cuisines in fact, right? At this moment I'm going to give in also some salt, not much, just a small teaspoon of salt and a small teaspoon of haldi powder. And this is all done in high heat, and I'm constantly stirring it so that I have my the turmeric very nicely merged with the onion there. This will go on for at least 2-3 minutes till I have my onions caramelized and ready to accept the other ingredients. So this has been frying for 3-4 minutes now, and now it's a time when I put in my ginger garlic, a lot of them I guess, right? So when I just try to mix in the ginger garlic and get the raw flavor out of it, just wait for some seconds, and while that's cooking I can very nicely put in my tomato. We normally put in the ginger garlic in this recipe a little late, otherwise it gets burnt off. Now I'm putting in almost immediately the tomato, which will make my gravy thick. So this is how it goes on. Fry the tomatoes for some time, 1 minute. I'm putting in the masala that I put in my mixie there. All of them goes in. Again, we need to constantly stir on because this is done on high heat. So we keep on stirring for 3-4 minutes this way. So this has been going on high flame for almost 4 minutes or so, and see, this is how it has become now, and my entire kitchen is filled with the aroma of cooked spices. And this is the time when we are going to really put in my the duck there. The duck will go in. Yes, all of the duck goes in, and together with the duck I'm going to put in the melon or the kumura, and here of course even the pieces of the potato, because we need all of them to get the spices at the same time and all of them to give out their the flavor to each other. And now we really need to mix all of them together very well before we really go on to the next step. So try and get every piece the masala coating on itself, right? So we just try to mix everything together. So this is how I mixed the entire thing very well with everything. All the masalas are there on each of the pieces. Now I'm going to just cover it up and let it go on medium flame for almost 15 minutes. We're not adding any extra water So what will happen is that this will cook in its own waters, right? So that way after 15, in between you can check, but normally after 15 minutes or so, because it's medium flame, we can come back and check whether it's done or we'll go on continuing. So let's wait for 15 minutes. This is how it looks after 15 minutes. The water is like, I haven't added a single drop of water. This is the same water, this is the water from the duck itself. So we'll let it cook like this for some more time till it's completely dry, and then we can add almost a little liter of water because we wanted gravy. But for now, no water is added. It is covered again and cooked. So almost after 20 minutes, you see, so much of oil has come out of the little oil that we had given. This oil has come out from the duck itself. Now is the time when we put in some water. So for now, I think we can put in half a liter of boiling water. Okay, so this is half a liter of boiling water that has gone in, almost half a liter. Just increase the heat and again cover it and cook for 5 minutes, and we'll check again. Okay, see, the entire cooking process took almost 35 to 40 minutes, and this is the type of gravy I would want it for my because I want to have it with steamed rice, and that's why I'm keeping it a little gravy, but a thick beautiful gravy, exactly as I wanted. My potatoes are intact there, and you know, normally in my house people like to have the potatoes that we have in the meat. It is a special type of, you know, attraction. Therefore I normally keep the potatoes intact. So this is done, the entire curry is done. Let me just check for the salt. It's heaven, and the right amount of spices, the right, you know, the heat there is perfect, and even the gravy looks yummy, it tastes yummy. So that's done. My duck curry is ready and my steamed rice is ready, and now all I need to do is serve it and eat it. So this is my duck curry for you. Yummy and really tempting. This is something that you can enjoy with steamed rice. As I told you, this is something that you need to try to realize how yummy it tastes. I hope you like this recipe of mine. I'll just show you how it goes, you know, with the rice that we serve. We normally serve it with steamed rice, and this is the traditional way we serve it in a kahor thali. This plate is known as a kahor thali and a ban bati. Okay, so as I told you, the potato piece is a temptation we cannot resist, and this is my dish for you today, that is duck curry with steamed rice. I hope you like this recipe of mine. Do give a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching.